Hey friends, good morning. So I'm going to a new Bible study this morning with, I only know one person out of the 20, I guess, that are possibly coming. And so I'd be lying if I didn't admit that I was a little intimidated and, worried. And what if they don't like me? What if, I say something stupid? What if they are like, oh gosh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, Or what if I end up crying half the time because my emotions are just so raw these days? And how do you handle it when you're going into new situations like this? Like, it's been a really long time in my life since I was the new person. And I still feel like the new person, and we've been here almost a year in our new place. So, but I was reading this morning about Sarah. So we're doing a Bible study by Max Lucado about the women of the Bible, and how they changed history. Well, Sarah, of course, was the first one, which I've always struggled with her. Do y'all struggle with Sarah's story? Part of me wants to just string her up because I'm like, idiot, why would you ever send your husband in to go? Like, of course, that's not God's plan. He told you he was going to give you a son. Just chill. That's what I want to say. But how would I ever know? Like, well, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Heck yeah, I probably would have helped out God too and tried to, I probably would have screwed it up even worse than she did. But then I started reading some of the discussion questions. Should I do waterproof or should I do regular? I bet I should do waterproof makeup today, shouldn't I? Oh, then I gotta use grapeseed oil to get it off. Or I could use coconut oil to get it off tonight. That's what I'll do. I should probably do waterproof makeup because Lord knows what it's going to be like. I might end up crying the whole time, for crying out loud. So anyway, I don't know if you're in a season of waiting like we are, or if you're in a season of thriving like we were. I feel like the Lord took us way out of our comfort zone. And I still believe that he meant for us to move here. But I think the details are trying my patience a little bit. But I don't like this as much as I do my regular mascara. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys, what season you're in. So comment below if you want to share, and I'll pray for you if you'll pray for me. Are you having to look up my nose? Sorry. Have mercy. And so, but what I was going to say is I was reading about Sarah, and it compared when God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. Because here she is. She had waited for this kid her whole life. She did something stupid, and now that stupid thing, which is Ishmael, is now 25 years old. So she had to wait another 25 years, wasn't it, before she got Isaac? So, gee whiz, like, come on, Lord, how long are you going to make us wait to sell this house, right? And so then I think about my mom and dad, who are, it's pretty well known now. My dad has dementia, but my mom is starting to face some health challenges as well. And so we're interviewing assisted living places. Well, my mom and dad having to move is not like a normal old couple having to move. My mom and dad having to move is like y'all, their yard is like legit. It has been on TV shows and magazines and that kind of thing. it's a show place, their yard. But it's just, they cannot keep it up anymore like they would like anyway. And it's their crown and glory, really. And so what if the Lord, even in their old age, is asking them to be willing to move to a more manageable place and give that up? Like this morning in the reading, it said, what are you valuing more than your obedience to God? And I was like, oh, what? Oh my gosh. I mean, we left everything. And I still have days when I'm mad or I'm in mourning or, whatever. And yesterday was so glorious, y'all. I know I'm all over the place. Yesterday was so glorious because some of my friends from McDonough met me halfway and we had lunch together. I'm probably killing myself with that hairspray, but and it was so, so, so lovely, y'all. I mean, seriously, my heart needed that so bad. And so, anyway, if you're in a season of waiting, I get it. I do. But I also, part of my job as a believer is to help turn your focus back toward the Lord. So, what is God trying to teach me during this waiting of trying to sell our house, trying to figure out what's best for mom and dad? I can't make it all about me. It's not all about me. It's always all about God. And even in my waiting, even in my just feeling forgotten, quite frankly. Ooh, I can't test this waterproof makeup yet. It hadn't dried. I don't have any answers this morning, but I know God does. I know He has a plan, because He always has a plan. And you know what? Being a believer does not mean you get all of your wishes come true. Proverbs would like to say, the wise become wealthy and the whatever. That's not how it is. Sometimes we don't get everything we want right away, but we have eternity and we have Jesus and we get to go to heaven. And sometimes that's our reward for being obedient here. God never promised us that everything would be unicorns and rainbows. So I guess I'm preaching to myself when I say, take heart. God has a plan. May not be what you wanted or what your flesh wants. And like we did last year, you might have to leave everything that you hold dear and walk away and grab onto the Lord. He's your strength. He's your shield. He's your answer. He will fill that hole in your heart. So, I wish I had better news. Like, one of these days I'm going to come on here and say, our house is sold. And it's closed. And we now have only one house. One of these days I'm going to come on here and say that. So, if you could stand in prayer with me. My prayer requests, my specific prayer requests for the day are that we will ask for wisdom and discernment from the Lord of what to do with my parents next. That my parents will experience the Lord's peace for what's next for them, whatever it is, and that the Lord will very quickly sell the house of the buyers of our house. That's what we're waiting on. We already have buyers. We just have to get their house sold. So we need their house to sell so they can buy our house. So those are my specific prayer requests of the day. If you don't mind standing in prayer with me. God loves you. He sent His Son Jesus to die for you. That is the gospel.
So if you don't know for sure that when you close your eyes for the very last time that you're going to wake up and see Jesus, please message me and let me show you the good news. So I love you. God loves you. And take heart. He's got a plan. I promise.